So what I'm going to show you today is, in my opinion, one of the most difficult things that you ever have to do as far as a tape repair. And it's actually inspired by a tape that came into our studio this week. And it's something that we see every once in a while, and it's a real pain to try to fix. But a lot of times what happens when you see a tape that gets eaten by a player, it'll get folded over like this. It gets stuck between the cap stand and the pinch roller and it can't get through, and so it gets all bunched up and folded this way. But the fold I'm going to talk to you about today, which is this really challenging thing, is it's not a fold, it's a fold that actually happens lengthwise. So let's think that this is the tape right here. Sometimes a tape will actually begin to fold, and it'll fold in half, and it'll just keep that fold going way into the tape. And then sometimes it'll actually get worse, where the fold will go even further, and it'll actually flip the entire tape over by the time it comes undone. And so then you're listening to a tape that's going backwards, and it's muffled because it's trying to read the sound through the back of the tape. And so it's if you've ever had a tape that sound backward and muffled, this is what happened. And so it's really challenging to try to repair this. Now what I'm going to show you right now is a little video that I took of the tape that came in this week, and you can see right here how the tape itself is folded lengthwise. The best way to deal with something like this is to actually reach in and find where the fold is and take all of the tape out of the housing. Now, yes, you might end up with a big pile of tape on the floor, and you're going to be using your fingers a lot when you do this, and so wash your hands really good so that there's no oils on them that you're going to get onto the tape then. And as you pull the tape out, find both ends of wherever the fold starts, and then imagine this. Once you've found where the crease begins and where it ends, you need to go through the process of then opening it up to try to flatten it out. Now, that actually sounds easier than it is, because what happens is that fold gets so tight because it's been crammed in there in that reel that it becomes very actually difficult to see where the fold is and how to undo it and which side it is. It's tougher than it looks. So what I will often do then is take something like a paper clip or a tiny little screwdriver that's not magnetized, of course, and you kind of find where that spot is and see if you can pry it in there to get the thing undone, and then go through the entire tape and try to flatten it out. Now, it won't stay flattened because it's wanting to go back into that position, but at least go through it once. Then what I do, and this is why it's really critical that your fingers be clean, is I'll actually then go through and I'll get ready to pull the tape back onto the reel flat, and I will put it between my fingers like so. And I do something that is basically in essence this. I start feeding the tape into the player or into the housing, and as I pull the reel, you're actually pulling the tape flat like so. And so I will do that by taking my fingers, putting it on both sides of the tape, and then taking a paper clip, or pencil is the traditional thing that people use when it comes to tapes, and I will start feeding it in like so, twisting it, and then I can watch it as it's coming on both sides of my finger and into the tape to make sure that the fold is gone, to make sure that crease is gone. And once again, it is actually, strangely enough, kind of fun to fix, but it is really challenging. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed learning about that, and if you've ever had a tape that sounded muffled and backwards, that's what happened.